He's gonna turn on the show. He never turn on.
I look. Welcome to Jack Dodson'S Racing Insider News this week. I'm back, Jack. I know you're happy. He's happy. See him smiling when
I'm happy.
I seen you smiling when I walked in.
I'm just glad I don't have to do that like I did last week. I was struggling with this thing over there last week. Look, I got one on there and I couldn't get it off.
I don't even say anything. Yeah, look, they get it. They get it. You see where my mind goes. You see what I'm working with here. He wonders why he's like,
stop it. See what you gotta do. No, that's weird.
I think our marketing partners, GAC, Great American Company, Papa John's Pizza. We got a better delivery guy, huh?
Yeah, we sure do. He hasn't failed yet.
Got to thank them for dinner every week. Factory Canopies and Fluid Logic. VA 811, call before you dig. Slinger Speed Company. If you want a local guy to do your t-shirts and I don't know, what else does Tim do? Everything. The show is presented by Gen X Motorsports, Driver Development and Race Rental Program. Black Acid Racing Apparel.
Yes, sir.
Well, I ain't no need with the thing up there. I'll show it in a minute.
New t-shirts.
MPM Marketing. Mayhem Management. We got in the house tonight. Are you going to be nice now, Jack?
I'm always nice to her. I'm her favorite.
Bondurant's Brothers Distillery. Thanks to Langley Speedway for allowing us to be part of the family here. Safety Clean and Performance Plus Motor Oil. GRIER and Associates with Mean Dean Automotive. And Turn 2 Synthetics with WALTRIP Pressure Wash Solutions. And that's it, Jack.
Pepsi. You didn't put Pepsi in there.
There ain't Pepsi's not up there.
Oh, so it's supposed to be up there. All right.
Look, Jack. You see you hit this right here? It goes away.
As a matter of fact, that was the one that got hung with the WALTRIP. Anyway. All right, let's do some news real quick with this past weekend. A lot of racing in the Cup Series. Michael McDowell got the win, his second ever win. That was a big deal.
Thanks, Taylor. Taylor says she feels bad for all of us.
I kind of feel bad for him too.
Jack says he's already regretting and he ain't even here yet.
The Xfinity winner was Ty Gibbs. The Truck Series was Ty Majeski. ARCA winner was Jesse Love. The Cars Tour race was Carson Quapple. And the SRX race at Eldora, Tony Stewart. I don't know if anybody else was in that race because nobody stayed close enough to find out they were back there.
Not really.
At Pulaski this past weekend, late model race number 1, Mike Looney won. Race number 2, Kyle Dudley won. Down at Orange County, our Buddy Isle Jr. got the win. At Southern National Raceway Park, Connor Hall got the late model win. Now, in the bandos, who won on Sunday? Was it Sarah Weitzel won both of them?
Yes.
So she won both races on Sunday. I never saw who won on Saturday.
No one did. There weren't enough cars, I don't think.
Oh, okay. Nobody won. All right.
Yeah.
Down at Hickory Speedway, the late models ran down there. Late model race number 1. Some guy named Connor Hall won. Late model race number 2, Connor Hall won. So, like Connor Hall said, I got 3 wins in one weekend. And he's up to, what, 16 wins this year already? Wow.
I mean, he's definitely...
Down at Kingsport, in the late model race, Jacob York won. And then the modified 4s. Who won the modified 4, Scott?
Kevin Canner.
Yes, sir. That's
That's
like his 16th or 17th win. At Berlin Raceway, Bubba Pollard won in the late models. Wake County. Now, I got a Wake County driver here, so you can help me out on this. Clay Jones won the late models.
Yes.
Okay. Carson Hayslip won the Legends.
Yes.
Now, TJ Moon, is it TJ Moon won the? Okay, that's what I got. And you got the tires kicked on your car and stuff?
Yeah. Just racing, that's it.
At Dominion, Peyton Sellers swept both late model races up there. Dixieland, the Budweiser All-Stars, was won by Brent Robinson, and the Sportsman race was won by Kerry King. Then here at Langley Speedway this past weekend, Matt Carter won modified race number 1. Eric Folks got race number 2. And in a few minutes, we're going to find out what happened with Matt Carter. In the Grand Stocks, Tim Wilson won. Virginia Racers, Aidan Milet won. In the Legends, Charlie Beals won. In the U-Cars, Christian Keller won. Also, want to remind everybody, this coming weekend,
Upside down.
always a smart aleck in the crowd somewhere. Anyway, this coming weekend is the opener at the drift track at Southampton Speedway. I'd like for everybody to come out and please support the track. We'd like to see Southampton get something going, so eventually they might do some motor racing there.
Man, if I could drift my Bando, I'd bring it out there.
They'd let you come out there. They'd let you come out there and play.
When are you going? Are you going out there Saturday or Sunday?
I'm going Saturday.
All right.
My grandson is throwing out the first pitch at Richmond on Sunday, so I have to be there Sunday. So, all right. So let's.
You're still doing the ride along?
Yes.
There's going to be video of this.
In-car video.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't ask for all that. I just,
Make sure we put that in.
Well, that'd be fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
All right. On Saturday it opens at 10. On Sunday it opens at 12. So everybody go out and support. And some bad news to report too. Van Colley passed away today. He was Darrell Waltrip's business manager. I talked with him several times at Darrell Waltrip's shop.
For a long time.
And he was there forever. Matter of fact, he was still doing stuff for Jeff Hammond when we started talking with Jeff. And so anyway, I did get a text message saying he passed away. And so anyway, Van Colley passed away today. So everybody have them in your prayers and thoughts as the week goes on. So anyway.
How about Michael McDowell, though? I mean, a low-budget team to come and win and dominate the race, really. I mean, you can't say, a lot of people, we knew when he won the Daytona race that it was a rain-shortened race. And everybody gave him, behind his back, gave him a hard time. Well, anyone on rain-short. This was a legit win, right?
Oh, yeah. Totally legit. And Chase was running him down towards the end of that race.
Oh, yeah.
But and that brings up another point I want to make real quick.
That Denny was wrong?
Huh?
Denny Hamlin
No,
was wrong?
I didn't say nothing. I'm not saying anything about Denny Hamlin. But I'm going to say something about Chase Elliott. I've always been, and I've been a Chase Elliott fan.
Okay, well, Taylor will like you then, because she's a Chase Elliott fan.
I've always been a Chase Elliott fan, but I'm beginning to see an attitude change in Chase Elliott. He can't win the races, and he's really getting a little snotty about it.
Well, I imagine he's getting a little frustrated.
I know I would.
I mean,
At least to a certain extent.
You can't.
I mean, all of his teammates are running well, and he hasn't for the most part.
Yeah, well, he ran good this week, so that was a beginning.
But the clock's getting close.
Yeah. Well, he can't get anything other than a win. He has to get a win. So.
Yeah, like one race left, right?
No, they got
Two.
Two.
Yeah.
All right, we finally got AIDAN here with us. It's been a long time, and I had never even met AIDAN until they walked in the door a few minutes ago. So
You met, it's been almost an hour.
I'm not talking about, Scotty been here. You don't know. He don't know nothing about time. He wanted to pee on himself when he was on the zip line. So, Mr. Winning done got 2 wins this year. I know you're excited, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm very excited. Both races were incredible races, honestly. The first one, TJ Moon put up a really good race, and honestly, even now, if we were to go back at it again, I'm not sure who would come out on top. He's a really good driver.
Whoever's out front, right? Probably.
Whoever gets the best start, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much claims it unless something happens.
Yeah.
Where did Braxton Bush finish?
I think 5th on the first race, but in the second he pulled the win out.
Okay, I know that. I'm on talking about the second one. My first, you whooped his butt in the first one. That's what I was talking
Yeah.
about.
And there ain't nothing spared on his equipment and team.
I mean, that's got to be a big deal to go out there and beat Braxton Bush. I mean, that's
Yeah.
it was all his equipment and all his. Well, you know, it's got to be the best of everything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we had gotten a little bit faster pretty recently. The engine was having trouble getting up to speed. Once I was coming down the front and back stretch at wake, it would start sputtering a little bit, almost like the rev limiter was going out. We sent it off to INEX and something was wrong. I think it was the spark plug, maybe something wrong with the engine itself, with the coil. That's what it was.
Mhm.
And so we got it back, and it's been running perfectly. So
you need to jump on your cruise ship by that time and make sure you keep the motors right.
You're marking for a second one now.
mm-hmm. Yeah, we're on the market for a second one for the other car.
Okay, cool. So, what you gonna be doing the rest of the year? You gonna be just running wake and down at that other place? Well,
Yeah, probably just doing wake and New River. We might do we're definitely gonna do a couple southern races as well. We're definitely thinking about doing the Thanksgiving Classic.
Oh,
That's that's a good match.
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good weekend down there with that Southern National.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty good. Now, who all helps you with your car? I mean, I know you're part of the Dylan Spain program.
Well, my dad helps a lot with the small things.
You don't let him do anything else, so you just
Oh,
just the
no,
small
no.
stuff.
No, he helps a lot. Whenever we're out solo, he'll definitely set the chain. He helps whenever Dylan,
Filling with gas.
yeah, whenever Dylan is short on hands, that will lend 2 of them. It's hard, I can't believe he doesn't lend more. Then the sponsors as well. Milton's Pizza, they've been around for longer than I've been around, and I've been going to Milton since.
You get cheese pizza, I'm assuming.
Yeah, they had a massive buffet.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. Spine and Scoliosis Institute. They were actually the ones that did the surgery. That I'm sure it's been buzzing around the media for a while, but Gills Crane Service, they're a friend of ours. They do tons of stuff. Hurricane relief and tons of other things. Johnson Subaru, they're some other friends of ours. We've been looking around. We're trying to find some cars to grab as a civilian car, but
Civilian.
I use the term loosely. But
Or your newest one, Pure Air.
oh yeah, Pure Air, they're doing that stuff. Mr. Wheels and Crippin' Easy Racing, he's a good friend of ours, and he's been with us since I've been racing almost. Good guy. He is. There's never been a time I haven't seen him sad, or there's never been a time I haven't seen him happy. He is incredible.
So he's the opposite of Jack. See, you didn't even crack a smile on that.
I was watching what you say.
Oh yeah, I know.
Who helped you with your car on Sunday?
Oh yeah. Mr. Noah and all of them. He was working with Carson on the late model, and he'd be running back in between the 2 areas, working on Carson's car and then coming to work on ours, and just running back and forth. He was a big help, honestly.
That's pretty cool. Better than your chain checker.
And gas. Rubber.
Like you said, no, he does stuff. He checks the chain.
He checked the chain. He cleaned the windshield.
Somebody's got to do it. I mean, those are important jobs.
Yeah, very important jobs.
Now you don't have spotters, right?
We do.
You do have spotters.
We do have spotters. Yeah,
So who's your spotter?
my dad.
Oh, I wrote that. I ain't
That's
sure
kind
that.
of an important job.
Yeah, no, but he ain't mentioned that.
I know.
Well, you said working on you said stuff about the car, not the track.
Well,
Eyes in the sky.
now, I'm gonna make this where you don't have to be nasty about it. Okay? Have you ever had a problem with your dad spotting?
Well, Dad gets a little too
Excited?
excited, and it's like opening a floodgate or something.
Now, can you reach the radio in your car?
Only one of them.
Okay,
You can turn him off.
if you get tired of listening to him, have you ever reached over and just turned it off?
I can't confirm or deny that.
This is no fun. You're not biting into all this any of this.
Oh, he is. He's giving.
I'm biting without actually biting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can only do it on one of the cars because the other one, the radio is behind me. So I had to stick for ripping the thing off the helmet.
Oh, so you've done that before. And then went and told your dad it fell off, right?
Yeah.
Sure it comes out now.
So sometimes what you need to do is get your mom up there and let her spot for you.
Yeah, that would be a good
One
idea.
time, well, let her spot for you one time. I bet that would be interesting.
Very interesting.
I spot on the interstate.
Yes, that works. That works too. Yes.
Well, I just heard the door pop open and trouble just walked in.
Yeah. Yeah, doors open during a podcast, never a good thing. Never.
He's on the chip, so it's gonna be a good night.
And he's been sitting in a truck. Oh, my love.
I ain't paying no attention. Ain't paying. Well,
Background noise out of sight, out of mind.
well, Aiden, I got something else for you, but I didn't bring it with me tonight.
Oh, come on.
That
Yeah.
means we have to come back.
Yeah, you can come back and get it, but it's my fault. But I had my grandkids today, so I
Oh, yeah.
was in a big hurry.
Oh, yeah. Green kids are crazy.
Kids are crazy.
Yeah, I would know. I am one.
Anyway, back when you won the race, a month or so ago, you were voted the driver of the week.
Aw.
So you are now an elite member of driver of the week.
Posing.
And I got you a cup coming that says Jack Dodson'S Racing on it. We got you one of those coming.
Guys.
So if you come back, I'll have it for you. But come back soon. I mean, that's what we need. That's what we want you for.
I know it's during school, but we'll probably have to skip school and come and see you guys
Hey,
on your 400.
What's more important?
Episode.
What's more important? Us or school?
You.
Okay. That's the way I look at it too.
What was Dad's voice like when you won that race those last few laps? Was he excited? Was he wound up?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'll just say this: I've never heard anything louder in my life than when Dad screamed coming out of turn 2 after the finish line on that first win.
Oh, after you.
At least
Yeah.
afterwards.
Yeah.
The coolest thing was the thing Phineas Kimmel and them put out.
Oh yeah, that was
I mean,
amazing.
The thing they put out was when you won the race, and all those people were excited. I thought that was really fun.
3 laps, 2 laps.
Oh yeah, that was insane.
So you got a lot of support. So that was a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, it must be nice because Phineas Kimmel, she did like us at one time, but I don't think she does anymore.
She's a busy lady.
Oh yeah, very busy lady.
Mhm.
I don't know why. You guys are amazing. You're very friendly.
I know.
Very friendly.
That's what I've been telling people.
I mean, the only thing that could really not, I won't say this.
Well, if you hang around, we got something getting ready to come off in a minute. It might change your mind.
All I can really say is, why are you keeping on to him? I kind of hear you making fun of him and dipping on him. And
Can you not look at Scott and tell why I do that? Really, come on.
I don't think I've ever seen someone come on and defend Scott.
Oh yeah, we had that happen a couple weeks ago. What was the guy's name?
DJ. Was it?
DJ Valente. He came on here and all he did was talk good about Scott. I told him it's his last damn show. He ain't coming here no
Hey,
more.
look, Jack, the funny part was, I was telling Robbie about it. He's like, we had him on the show when you were out for your heart surgery. I was like, oh, I have that even. Yeah. Jack was like,
went up to Maryland or went up north or something.
mm-hmm.
Me, you, and Connor, and Kyle Petty bike rides.
It was funny. Jack was like, "Have you met him before? Did y'all talk before the show? Because he was nice
I
till
mean,
you showed up."
DJ just come in here and just start talking nice about Scott and all the good things Scott. And they set this shit up before they come in here.
That's what he thought.
They set this up. And that's the way I'm. Yeah, I know you had something to do with it.
Either way, you're gonna be guilty for it.
Do you have any people that that in your life that sometimes you just wonder, how did I get mixed up with this?
Yes.
Well, Robbie Parker's that for me.
Yes. The entire DSM
Come
team
on
is
by
that.
the pit anytime. Come by the 21 Super Street
The
anytime.
entire DSM team is that kind of group.
Okay, well,
But I love them. I love them.
Well, I don't love Robbie. So that ain't gonna happen. But anyway, congratulations on that. I've been wanting to give it to you personally. I was gonna try to find some way I could get it to you personally.
Thank you.
But
I can't thank you guys enough.
well, you're a pretty special young fellow with everything you've been through and everything, and I think it's really great that you are dedicated to what you do. And hey, you got a big fan here, so I keep up with everything
And you
you
got a
do.
big fan here.
Well, I appreciate it. Don't say nothing about Scott. But just let that. He don't need fans.
Yes, he does. He needs fans as much as anyone.
He needs something, but anyway. So anyway, it's been great to have all you here this week during this weekend show. It's been fun. I mean, finally got to meet you. That was the cool thing. I mean, we talked several times back and forth. And,
I think someone's talking to you. I want to talk to him too.
oh, well, go ahead and talk to him.
Oh, that was harsh.
Go ahead and talk to him. It'll be a short conversation. Go ahead.
I want to see if you can hold up snuff.
Hold what?
I want to see if you can hold up snuff.
Hold on, son.
That's an old saying.
I don't know. Probably not. I just usually like to stir the pot over here.
Stir the pot, throw in a couple ingredients that shouldn't be there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I can't blame you, considering.
Right, it's fun.
You can't do nothing else. Yeah.
Well, maybe give him a little more chances to get better.
Well, he's had plenty of chances. Ask him about his driving career.
Oh, should I?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's way better than Jack's.
I'm sure.
I'm sure. You better be
You
careful.
guys are both good at different things. The driver, the talker. Amazing at both. And when you put them together, you get something amazing.
Aiden, don't push it down.
Before we get that thing taken away.
You better stop talking.
I've been pulling for you for a long time.
I've been pulling for both of you guys for a long time, too.
Okay, well, we appreciate it. Well, I appreciate it. But when you start, you can't go over and be nice to Scott.
You're going to have to pick a side.
Is it possible to pick both?
No.
Remember, he brought the pizza.
Oh, I know. And I'm the one that brought the
It's not
cookies.
Milton's pizza.
Well,
It's not that great big pizza you were talking about earlier.
you can't mess with free pizza. You can't mess with that. You really can't. Especially when the person you paid for it is one of the best guys on the planet.
Because he brought the pizza?
Yes and no.
I don't know who paid for it because we did. So we didn't do that. They give us pizza, so
Shout
It's
out to
still
them.
amazing.
I know. What can I say?
That's right.
But you really, all joking aside, we appreciate y'all coming down here. It's been great to have
Yeah,
you
it's a
here.
long ways. to
Don't
come.
go anywhere.
No, we're hanging out.
Don't
Oh, yeah,
go
Well,
anywhere.
there'll be a good
You
show
guys
here tonight.
hosting all of this and letting this come
Hey,
up.
when your mom said you might come up here, I got all excited. I said, "Cool, that's going to be great."
I got some stories to tell you.
So he's hanging around.
I'm not sure if I should be excited or scared about that.
Well,
A little of both.
let me
It's like
explain.
sweet and sour.
They're all true.
So when he said it's all true, you ought to know it's a lie. Okay. First thing is somebody's going to lie.
Ask Jack who beat him in his first asphalt race.
Who?
See, he's egging it on.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm starting to think he fishes more than he does.
Huh?
Well, a crew chief tell a lie.
In a minute. Especially if his name's Robbie Parker.
It's not a lie. It's
a gray area.
roundabout story with a lot of gray area.
A lot of gray areas.
It's a fairy tale.
Yeah, he's,
Robbie
Folklore, there we
said
go.
that Jack was so fast that he passed him twice in one lap.
That is terrible.
hey. He's a liar. Don't listen to nothing this guy tells you, okay?
Oh, don't worry, I can see his pants smoking right now.
He even looked. He got worried about it. So you know he was lying. But, that's a lie. He did not pass me, 2 times on
He
one
lapped
lap.
him twice in one lap.
He may have lapped me twice during the race. I'm not going to deny that because I was out to lunch on that dag blame asphalt out there.
Last time I was here, we had the same conversation. It brought up every like
It's brought up every week because of Scott.
Well, I mean, there ain't many people that's had that happen, so I mean.
And it didn't happen. And the other story that we discussed earlier about things,
Yeah.
it ain't come up yet, but I'm sure before the night's over, it's going to come up.
Oh, no, we gotta go.
It's going to come up, and don't listen to it. You're a great young man. You don't need to be listening to washed up race car driver.
Taylor Parker said you better leave her daddy alone.
Well, what kind of washed up? With the multiple kind.
Hey, you
Think about when the car rises up to the
you
top
see
of the
what
track.
the Dow did to Denny when he talked junk. You might need to work.
Wait, what kind of relationship do y'all have? Like Earnhardt.
It's not really good at all. I mean, you don't have to worry about it.
They're like Earnhardt and Gordon kind of thing.
No, I went to his home track, smacked him good. And then after I smacked him, I put him over my knee and spanked him.
Taylor's a hold up.
First of all,
He took it personally.
first of all,
Understand why.
all right, I'm gonna clear it up real quick, okay? He did come to our track and he did beat us. I'm not going to deny that. All of us guys, we came right off the dirt. I don't think anybody at Southampton hadn't been on the dirt until that day.
On the asphalt.
Oh, no, we were on dirt, then we come to the asphalt.
Yeah.
Nobody had been on asphalt at that point. And Robbie did come out there, and as much as it hurts to say this, he beat the snot out of us. Okay, he really did. And that was one of the earliest moments I realized
Did you say that true?
this asphalt this ain't for me.
Actually, that race wasn't for money. It was for a little trophy and a barbecue. Wayne had done away with the mini stocks. We went up there and these dirt boys trucking their cars out the woods with some asphalt tires and big old cutout fenders and everything.
It didn't work out good.
Mine did not have no cutouts. How dare you even say that?
You were the only guy with a mini stock that had a speedway body.
Speedway.
Don't say that.
You got to get over 70 miles an hour to be
He's going
considered.
around the racetrack, dirt falling out there.
That's a possibility. I'm not going to sit here and deny that one.
Staying there, it might have been.
Hey man, we're talking to Aiden. Where you stop and come in right in the middle of everything?
He's enjoying every minute of it.
Oh, you know I am.
Don't enjoy it too much, Aiden.
Well, I want to
I
come
thought
back.
I thought
This
you
is
was.
what's coming for you in 30 years.
You're right, exactly.
Thumbing through his phone like he's gonna find something.
That's my car when it was on dirt.
Interesting.
Okay.
You see how it's sitting
It
still?
looks amazing. I want to see
It
what.
has to sit still. It's a picture.
But yeah, but that's the same way when he was racing. It
And
was.
Aiden, that's before cell phones were invented. Makes you wonder how I got the picture on there.
It was fun.
But Aiden, I really appreciate you being here tonight. Your mom and dad bringing you up here be a part of whatever this is.
It's a lot of fun. That's what it is.
I don't know. I'm not really liking it right now. All right, who's coming next?
Aaron, wanna go?
Oh, God.
All right, come on in here.
You
You come this way.
Yeah. I might
Don't grab nothing with that
break
hand.
something.
Don't grab nothing with that hand.
I hate all of you. Except for y'all. Y'all are great people.
So I gotta ask about the hen. How
I knew when you didn't ask
What
when you got here.
What would be the
that
first
you were
hard?
saving this.
How hard was Jack's head when you?
Oh,
hit
whoa,
him?
whoa, 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 whoa! How did I get involved in this?
Well, I mean, I know how.
Is
hard
that your
head
first? Is that the first thing you thought of? Me?
Well, of course.
I was thinking about him when he was.
Oh, no, you see the grin on his face?
Now she's gonna tell you this story about how it happened.
That's a good one.
She said the dog got her.
Was this
It
a
was the
teacup
dog.
dog?
I did an
No,
amazing
it's our
cover story.
boxer.
Oh.
It's the 8-month-old, 9-month-old boxer. She had a Slim Jim wrapper. Went to get it away from her, and she like spazzed out, and she headbutted my hand. And here we are.
I like how Sammy said you snapped into a Slim Jim.
You gotta tell a good story.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd make something up. Yeah.
She told Brandon to make his own sandwich. She don't do it.
That's the first thing I said. Somebody else said it too.
I mean, I noticed how he was twitching when she said, "I need a paper towel." And he ran over there and got one. But maybe she's covering up what really
I
happened.
mean, it was better than Jack said. They're right there in front of you. Thank you. I've seen that.
You should have gave him the finger.
That's
She can't get it out
actually-
there.
That's the finger that is the worst. Like I can't bend at all.
Oh, so now we get more of the true story.
Yeah, you know.
So
it
we-
happens.
Winging there.
Yeah, so now we're just gonna be a lefty for a little bit.
All right, Miss Mayhem Management. Give us a little in. You and I discussed it, talked about it earlier. You got some things you want to tell us. I want to hear it. So let's hear some stuff. Let's hear some good
What do you
stuff.
want to know?
All right, you said something about
You got something on?
Matt Carter. What happened with Matt Carter?
So he had motor issues. They found something was down in the motor on Saturday after race 1. So they made the decision to not blow it or make it worse. The 51 car let him jump in that. So he got points. We'll leave that alone. It was a good night. It was a solid night for points, but he does have the new motor in the car, and the other motor will go back to Hamner and get freshened up. So he's still good to go for the year.
I mean, like he won a bunch of races, so I mean,
You know, we were a little bummed. We were kind of hoping for win number 10.
And then he sat out there and, in the 51. He really didn't do that bad in the 51, but, wasn't his normal.
Yeah, I mean, for a car that he had been in, had no idea what it was going to do, how it's going to handle. They actually joked. He's a really big Ford guy. Him and Randy both are. And so when he was pulling out in the track, they told him not to let that Chevy horsepower get to him too much. So that was,
Well, I didn't see the Chevy horsepower getting to him too much out there.
yeah, he handled it all right.
Too much.
There we go.
Yeah, 4, you gotta wait for it to come in.
All right, now what's going on with ERE? You're big in on the ERE stuff. Let's hear what.
I actually was talking to Free Ride earlier. They're digging. They got Tri-County this weekend, so he'll have Chase back in the 8 car. Rusty will be in the Pro Late model. And Chase is having that sophomore bad luck year. So Free Ride said that he had always heard about it. He didn't believe it. He believes it.
He's a believer now.
He's a believer.
Now,
So
they haven't blamed you for any of this, have they?
I haven't been with him at the track this
Oh, you
year.
haven't been with them much? Did he blame you?
Okay. That's
He blamed you? Because you were here that night.
no, because actually that night Kyle said after he qualified that he wanted to load up and go home. That we weren't racing for points, and it rained. We were hoping it was going to rain out, and then of course it didn't. And so the first thing Kyle said when he got out of the ambulance was, "We should have loaded up and went home." And I had agreed with him. Brennan agreed with him too. So I didn't even get blamed for that one. Thank you.
So are we looking to getting a new car built and getting ready for a new?
Is Jack Dobson going to sponsor it? We are accepting new sponsors.
That's Robbie Parker. He's the one got all the money.
Where'd you get it?
I got money. I got a new house. I ain't got no money.
So
We're working. We're definitely done for this year. But we are working on some things for next year, and hopefully we can get Kyle back out there.
The man brings me cookies and he's gonna take them.
Nice and slowly too.
No.
I was just waiting for him to fall.
I know, I was too.
And I was waiting to see how quick Jack just ended up on the other side of the
Hey, I
table.
mean, why you got them out?
This is not a cooking show here.
Okay, thank you.
Now you said Keely, you talked with Keely. Tell us about what's going on with that.
So I will be heading down. Keely gave me a call today that she needed someone for social media. So I will be making the drive down to Tri-County to do social media for Cars Tour and ERE and chasing them. So I'll still be taking care of those guys, but I'll be running the point for social media for Cars Tour. So that's exciting. Keely does a great job. She puts on an excellent show. She's got the best crew in the business. There's nothing like a Cars Tour race, an event, and I'm very thankful that she gives me the opportunities and trusts me enough to
We
hand it
had-
over.
We had Kip Childress on here last week from the Cars Tour, and you know it's amazing to me with Kip and the new owners coming in there. Jack is still out there lining cars up and doing stuff.
That's what he loves. He'll never stop.
Oh, he did. I mean, that's his
Well, he's a
thing.
huge part of it. Like it wouldn't exist if it wasn't for Jack.
Well, it wouldn't be where it's at, that's for sure. And basically up until the new owners came in, it was really just Jack and Keely running the whole thing.
Correct, yeah.
That's a pretty big deal for them to be in that situation. But now they've got a little support there with the other, and I understand Dale Jr. He's on top of them every week, knowing what's going on.
They're very involved, but I mean,
You got a great guy like Kip
It's-
Childress too.
yeah,
I mean,
it's still the Cars Tour. It's still the same. I mean, if you didn't know that they were there, you wouldn't know. So it's exciting. It takes it to another level. It puts a lot of eyes on the sport. It's growing, and I'm excited to see what they do with it and what's in store for next year. Selfishly, we're looking forward to like the junior year, get out of the sophomore slump and get back at it. But I mean, those guys, it's a demanding schedule. It's a lot. I mean, they have been, Chase got his first pole this year, free ride, and his guys in the shop have busted out bad, fast race cars for him. And sometimes just the bad luck. I mean, the night he qualified on the pole, he had a right front flat. That's just his luck.
Yeah.
And, in this past weekend at Speedway, we joked like the goal was like just finish on four wheels. Just that's all that we needed. That was the last time he was there. He ended the night on the roof. So let's just finish on four wheels, keep it in one piece. He did that. He salvaged a pretty decent finish, but found out after the race like the rear end was broke. And so no one even knows how he was able to hold on to it and not destroy the car. So it's done. It's in the books. And they were rebuilding and getting after it today. So Free Ride even worked on his birthday.
Wow.
Poor guy.
Had to work on his birthday.
He did. Someone's got to do it.
Yeah, I did too. So. I didn't get the day off either.
And it was funny. Like I called him and I told him happy birthday, and he was like talking. I was like, all right, well, I just called to tell you happy birthday. Like not talk about
Race
ERE and like race cars. He was like, oh, all right, but like this weekend, I'm like, can you just say thank you?
We ain't wired like that.
So what are you going to be doing? What do you say you're going to be part of social media? What are you doing with the social media down there? What do you get involved in?
So have you ever noticed on like race day on Cars Tour, like their Instagram, their Twitter, their Facebook,
Yeah.
they'll have all the updates.
So you're going to do all that.
There's an actual person that's doing that throughout the day. It doesn't just magically appear.
Tell him, Mary.
She's
Tell
treating
him.
you like Robbie does.
I don't know what the heck is going on here. I was talking to them about my month. It ain't getting no better, that's for sure.
She might be irritable because of the hand.
Yeah, I know there's people that do that. I mean, is that what you're going to be doing?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much for just clarifying that whole thing and giving me that whole big spiel on. I know, I'm scared to death we got Robbie coming on.
So you should probably be nice to people to get some.
I'm nice. These people,
allies.
I'm nice. These people don't know the meaning of nice.
Okay, well, look,
Everything else said, ain't gonna be worried about Scott.
I think he's been pretty behaved.
So
I've
far.
seen worse.
Yeah.
I haven't
This has
kicked
been
out
pretty
the racetrack
quiet.
in 2 years. Haven't been in no trouble, no talk to.
I think it's time for us to You also ain't been in a car.
I got less trouble when I was in the car.
Oh, gosh. See what we're going to be dealing with?
No, that's what you're dealing with.
But I must, while we have you here, I must want to thank you for everything you do. You're the one that sends me the thing every week for Driver of the Week. You make it up for us and send it to us. And
You don't do that, John?
no, I do not have that much
He
talent.
did not color that page.
I don't have that much talent.
I know the first few things that came out, like people were messaging me, like, "Who's doing it?" Because I know you and Jack are not doing that. Neither one of y'all are that talented.
So, and by the way, when she sends it to me, when I get them done, the first time she come by here, I want you to look at that.
Oh, it's official, huh?
See?
I could print
See
one
what
of
I
them
got?
up too, Jack.
Huh?
I could print one of them up and put on my folder too.
But I wouldn't put Mayhem Management on. She did.
Well, she wrote that. That was there before you
You
put that
could
sticker
probably
on.
write it right now and it would look about the same because I'm right-handed, so.
I'm just sitting here saying, how much you mean to us, or when, to me. I don't even say about Scott. But I mean, I can send you a message and you're on it just like that.
I'm happy to help.
You're a great person. We appreciate it.
It's what I do. When
Thanks.
what was it? When I focus on it, when I dial in.
You do a lot better when you focus on it. That's right.
So, anything else you want to tell us? Any more news?
I don't. I've got some stuff brewing that I'm working on,
Okay.
but we're not ready to.
Must be the moonshine.
It's not a race car.
Well,
It's not. I'm sure a race car is in my future with Maverick, but sometime soon.
yeah,
You know, we seen him with his little suit on.
He was.
he didn't have any drive off in the race.
He was roasted on Saturday. So was out there.
I told him so. When he seen the suit, Matt and Andrea gave it to him, and he instantly went and put it on. I'm like, bud, like, can we wait? Like, all right, well, let's at least go inside the air conditioned trailer to put it on. Well, then he wanted to come outside and show everybody. I'm like, dude, it's 115 degrees outside. Like, can we not? So we go to do the big wheel race, and I'm like, are you sure? Like, can we just tie it around your waist so like you're not like fully?
Oh no, you can't do
No, he didn't want to wear his bike helmet. He had to wear his race car helmet that Uncle Ryan and Kyle and Aunt Amber got him. So I was just like, you know what? I just let him go for it. And he had the best day. He was the happiest. And I thought for sure when he finished last and he had no drive off that he would never do it again. But
No grip, no drive off.
That's funny.
he said he was calling Chase's tire man. We really need to get a new hobby.
You call him Shorty?
Oh, we're going to get Robbie Parker to get him some drive off.
All right, there goes that.
We're good to go.
That's all gone. All right. Well, we appreciate you being with us tonight and giving us a little bit of information.
Yeah.
That's I don't have much
It's
exciting.
good to
We
know
kind
that
of-
somebody does all that stuff and you're posting. I mean,
Yeah, it just doesn't appear. It's
yeah.
weird.
I mean, I'm glad we got that figured out.
There's literally someone running around the racetrack at all times doing that.
All right. Nice to have you with us tonight.
It was great to see you, Scott. I'm glad you got here on time.
All right.
Have fun. Good luck.
All right. Before Robbie and Sammy come in here.
Is it that bad? Is it that bad?
Come on and
You want me to sit beside you or you want me to get on the end?
I want you on as far away as you can get. If you like to go sit in Bill's, don't be hugging on me.
Oh, you gotta slide over. I didn't get that on camera.
Oh, you didn't?
No, it wasn't on camera.
We can go let it do it on the camera. Come on, give me a big hug.
Because
I'm not into this. I'm not into this.
We're making on now.
We're making movies.
Yeah, we're making movies.
I mean, you're probably
This is
the
supposed to be like-
happiest person
It's a
in
YouTube
Capron
movie.
right now.
Happy Purple what?
You're probably the happiest person in Capron right now. You got a little racetrack back open.
Yes.
And I went
Some
for
kind
some
of
driving
racing.
cookies.
Oh, I already tried some. Those things are good.
I appreciate you knocking him out of the picture here. Of course, we could have had somebody better,
Hey.
but
You know what his problem was when he was racing? I figured it out.
he did.
He's never on his car. Every time I go by his trailer, Scott, how's your car doing? He's gone. You open the trailer up, the hammock in the trailer, and there's nobody at the
You had a
car.
hammock in a trailer?
They don't do nothing to
Two
the
of 'em.
car. He goes out, qualifies third or fourth. Oh, I'm good enough. And
And that's about where it stays.
he
Third or fourth.
leaves, and the car's just sitting there on the ground.
He's the only man I know of that finished 5th in a 4-car race.
Oh,
That's
man.
impressive.
He got you on that one, man. That's a good comeback there.
Can't help. That's all there was at that time.
Now, Sammy, you're having a good year. You're
Yeah.
doing some great things. They're getting all those wins and everything. How do you do it and having people like Robbie Parker with you?
Actually, he's doing it. I just hold on to the steering wheel. Between him and my dad, that's who's, and David and Tommy, that's who's really doing it. The rest of the guys that work on the car, but we always argue about how to set up the car, and I want to do one thing, and he wants to do something else, and he always wins, and then we go in. So, like, I've learned to stop arguing.
No, man, that's probably a good idea.
Hey, look, you ain't gonna win anyway.
I know. It's like beating your head against a wall.
I got him to start arguing, but when I go to write numbers down, I can't get him to stop moving in the car. Every time I go to write numbers down, he's doing something. And the numbers are bouncing around. I just give him the look.
That's what's happening right there.
I understand. He's like me. He's too ADD. That's why I'm all there by the car.
He's in the car.
I gotta do something.
But I'm impressed that even with having Robbie there with you and helping you out and everything, you do know which pedal to push and everything on the car. There are people in this room who do not know that. Yep, that's it.
One time I hit the wrong pedal.
Do you know what the one on the left does?
No, he hit the one in the middle instead of the one on the right. Or no, he went to shift and hit the brake or something.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking if you know what the one on the left
He
is.
was on the outside pole. I was like, Scott's gonna get a good
Man, I
start.
tell you, I was so excited that night he got the
I
outside
did
pole.
too.
I'm sitting
I
up
was
here
too.
going,
I thought I was gonna have a lead by turn one.
this is unbelievable. And then they dropped the green flag and everybody went around him.
I'm just happy to see him without a cast. I thought he was going to have that thing for the rest of his life.
You and me both.
Where is the car?
It's sitting in the shop.
What's the deal?
I just don't have the time to do
You
it.
need someone to drive it?
No, I think the son's gonna drive it. It's supposed to be. I mean, it's pretty close to ready.
I was going to offer him up and see if y'all could
Right,
put something together.
Yeah, we need to get Robbie back in the car again.
Be careful what you wish for.
What you wish for?
Huh?
Careful what you wish for.
Get you back in the car again. I'll be right here to pull for you.
You be right here.
Right here pulling for you.
Okay.
You realize I have two, right?
Will you sponsor me?
No,
Will you buy my fuel or my tire? Or...
I'll come watch.
You do know that the 21 car has no Jack Dodson sticker on there. So your little theory that you've been pushing, you know, if you put your sticker on enough cars, they're gonna win.
Well, just to let you know, Robbie Parker, I've got my sticker on 3 or 4 cars out there. And I think we got one win. Atlee won the race out here.
Proceed.
Yeah, we won that race.
You only got one win this year?
No, that's not right either because it's on Brendan's car too.
Okay, you got 2 wins.
One was really important, though.
Wait a minute. You said it's on Brendan's car. Is it on Brendan's car or Lee's car?
Brendan's car with Pulliam.
Is it on Brendan's car or Lee's car?
So, well, it's on Lee's car that Brendan drives.
Okay, we'll go with that.
But he got 2 really important ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very lucrative, important ones.
The Hampton Heat.
Well, that and Wilkesboro, he won too.
Yeah. Look at that.
You
See?
got Wilkesboro too. Were you there?
Thanks, Sammy.
No, I was not at Wilkesboro.
Why not?
I wanted to go, but I didn't. I've not had a good year this year. It's been a rough year this year. Can't go very much right now because front end of my car is off, gone.
It's kind of like
Oh,
your
you
race
hit the
car.
wall out here or something?
No,
58 got you.
some, huh?
58 you.
No. Hardy's parking lot.
The Hardy's line.
This is gonna be a good story.
Oh, yeah. It is. You don't know guy here. It's a good one.
You got hit in the Hardy's parking lot on
In Cortland, yeah.
That's, and it bent the frame of the car.
No, it didn't bend the frame. Just knocked the fenders and every bumper and everything off of it.
Wow. Doesn't sound like a very well built car.
It was built real well, but the guy driving was it was a fool.
Was it breakfast and lunch?
Breakfast.
Somebody wanted that biscuit gravy.
Tell me about it. I
Somebody wanted that
can't.
biscuit gravy bad.
Well, he hit the, we were in line. You know how you've been there. You come in like this and you have to leave that line that open so people can get through.
Yeah.
So when that opened up for me to move in, I started moving that way. This guy decides he's going to come all the way around me and clip the front end of my car to get in front of me. And he did. He clipped it.
What did he do after that?
Huh? Well, I can't say everything. I got what I told him.
You're aware Brandon does body work, right? I'm sure he'd love the extra money.
Did you,
He's got a car to fix too.
He's more money.
Question is, did you get your biscuit?
I never got one.
Oh,
He
man.
got his though.
Who got one?
He did.
I bet
he
the cop
got
did
one.
too.
He
The
did.
one that showed up.
No,
He
he
got
didn't
one.
he didn't get one either.
He must have had a donut already.
Yeah. Look, I can't say nothing bad about the guy because
You already
Ain't
did.
nothing wrong with cops liking donuts. I like donuts too.
You said it all right
but
now.
anyway, he hits the front end of the car, jumps out and hollers at me. Well,
Because you didn't protect the bottom.
I gave him a few choice words at that point. And then the next question that comes out of his mouth, can I go ahead and get my biscuit?
You're
He's-
hungry.
Your hands should look like hers right now.
So I just told him, I said, my car's not moving. So you do what and I don't think you ought to move your truck, but you do what you think. He jumps back in his truck and goes and gets his biscuit.
Through the drive-through.
To the drive. Yeah, he goes right on up to the
The
drive.
door to walk in is right there. He could have walked in and
Well, he could have, but anyway, he drove through, and the deputy pulls up, and I know the guy, and he walks up and he goes, and I'm going, you can't tell what happened here? He said, yeah, I see what happened to your car, but where's the other vehicle? I said, he's coming right here. He went and got his biscuit.
Yeah, you got it.
And he jumped out of the car and made him park his truck, and he never got out, but he did finish his biscuit before he, So yeah, that was my.
Yeah, that's a rough day.
it sounds like you're having that was this week.
That was a couple weeks ago.
You should have cooked breakfast at home that morning.
Yeah, I should have. Anyway, all right, let's talk racing. How do we get off stuck
I
on?
don't know. You start talking about your car. That's a good story, though.
Oh boy, Sammy, when did you get started in racing? You've been around here forever.
A long time ago.
Have you been around Robbie all that time?
No, that's only been about the last 10 years or so. But my dad and uncles raced. So I've been around here all my life.
So you,
We met in 2013.
I'm sorry.
I got a story. I got a story to tell you about him. Let's see, 2013, I was running Grand Stock.
I can't say that because of this camera.
Yeah, so here's a rookie Super Street guy. Rookie Super Street driver. I come in here on Thursday practice, off week for Grand Stock.
For the record, I did better than a lot of people would have in the same situation.
So
He's
why
already defended himself.
I come out here, I don't know.
'Cause I know
think
what's
Jay
coming. Remember that
got
train?
off early or something. But. So I'm the only Grand Stock here. I had to practice with Super Streets. So he wants to go out first. I'm like, okay. So I pull out and I'm like, all right, what are you gonna do, rookie? So he pulls down, waves me by. I said, all right, that's a good move because you know I'm gonna buy you anyway. The Super Streets weren't as fast as they are now. So we go out there, green. We start running laps. I'm going, I'm look. Well, here's this yellow and black Super Street. And I'm like, oh, here we go. I knew who he was, but I didn't know him. I knew he was related to Joe. So I get up to him. I say, what are you going to do? So he pulls down and lets me go. Going into 3. I said, good move. So I come off 4. I look up in the mirror and look, here he's all up there trying to run with me. I said, all right, come on. We go down into 1. I look up in the mirror and I hit the gas, come off 2, and I said, gave a little wave by. But I was a good guy.
Wait, have you always been a smart ass when you're racing?
And I'll tell you what, When I first started running Dixieland, I got lapped in a 25 lap race. My car, these guys had Camaros. I had a 71 Monte Carlo. I was a kid, just out there having
sideways.
fun.
They couldn't get by you.
These guys, I would give them the outside point, and they would go up there and drill me, and then go by me. I was right at the end of the hard knock session, but I just had fun with them, you know. But I was a nice guy. I went and talked to him, and then after that, it's.
Were you able to come back the next week after you talked to him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he started asking questions. He's used to driving, you know, a little front-wheel drive car. You know, your nemesis in front-wheel drive cars, but you want to go there again? So he had to learn how to drive an automatic transmission race car and stuff like that.
So that's why I'm talking to him for. I invited you here, not him.
Well, that's all right. We can all talk. We cut up and have a good time. You might go over your time, though.
I ain't worried about the time. But
Get plenty of time.
what made you go to mini stock?
Probably money.
I had a good deal on getting one. I wanted to get back into racing. I'd been out for like 7 years when I quit racing dirt. Been out for like 7 years. I wanted to get back into it. I had a good deal to get one. That's what I did. I come out here and raced, and then of course we went to Southampton. And
You know how that went, Jack.
I just
he doesn't look amused.
it was fun. It was okay. But I just felt so confined in the little car. It just wasn't, the front wheel drive just wasn't my thing. And you go from dirt to, you know, slinging it, you know, you go run county line or something like that, and then you get in a mini stock, come out here on asphalt.
It's a whole different thing.
It's a whole different scenario. And I ended up getting a pure stock. I bought a pure stock and ran Southampton until they quit running the pure stocks. And once I got in that, I just felt more comfortable. So that's
I wish you'd done it a year or so ahead of time.
what?
So you didn't lap him twice in one lap or whatever it was that y'all
I
did.
don't know.
I don't think I would want to have to hear that story every week.
I don't know. Maybe there was another car that looked like his or something.
There was 222.
Maybe we were going that fast. His was, what were you, 9?
Yeah, it was 9 then. Yeah.
Was it a 9?
Yep.
What about so fast like a 6 or something? No, but out of respect, I've seen your brother race there. He was really good at Southampton.
My brother?
Is it your brother?
My brother raced
Jeff?
there.
Was it
Yeah,
Jeff?
yeah.
He was really good.
You guys making him feel better.
I remember
Again,
Jeff.
he is unimpressed.
I remember Jeff. I didn't remember Jack for some reason, but I remember Jeff.
Oh, hell, you remembered you passed me twice, you said.
That was asphalt. That's when I went to when it was dirt.
Oh. Well, I was out there when it was dirt, too.
Were you?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was a lot better on the dirt.
I remember a Jeff Dodson. I don't remember a Jack Dodson. I remember a Jeff.
Oh, you probably, never mind. I think I better not say that. I was getting ready to say something real nasty about it.
Is that camera?
Yeah.
There's no
That's fun,
keeper.
man.
That camera will get you in trouble.
People are having a good time, man. If we can't have a good time, why be here?
Yeah, that's exactly how we feel.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's the reason why you ain't been on the show much.
That's why your viewership's been down.
Oh,
Has it?
Everybody's asking, man, when get you back on there?
Huh?
You know how long it's been since I've been on there?
Yeah, it's been a long time. You know why?
What?
Scott wouldn't let me have you.
No.
No, I don't want. Yeah, I didn't want to hear about that story. You know.
On Saturdays, never mind. Me and Scott used to, no, I'm not gonna go there. Me and Scott talk a lot on Saturdays. He comes up, talks to me.
Yeah, you don't.
I like to hang
We're
around the
down here
Parkers and
every
racing. There's always excitement going on
I
around
mean,
the
There's always food too. There's a lot of food around my car, isn't there?
I'm trying to
Around
watch
or
him
on?
race, and I got Scott
What's that?
trying to talk
Around
to
or
him.
on?
Around.
You have a good time. You have to come by. You know what? After qualifying, we have food from a barbecue place in Pocosin. If you're here,
Oh, you're speaking his language.
If you're
That's
here-
like his
if
love
you're here in the
language right
super
there.
streets-
Barbecue.
Yeah,
well, it's not just like regular barbecue. It's barbecue dishes.
Like this week, they brought us pulled pork enchiladas.
Yeah, imagine a pulled pork
And-
enchilada,
So you're telling me beat your brains out to get some more of it.
a brisket sloppy joe, a chopped brisket sloppy joe.
Where is this place at, the coast end?
The very end of Messick Road.
Wants to know.
It was the very end of Messick Road. It's called the Point Barbecue.
Got it. Thank
That's their deal
Tell them we
with us.
sent you.
Every race day, they fix us food. Even if it rains out, we call them and say, hey, the race has rained out. They said, well, food's already cooking. You'll eat later today.
That's happened twice this year. So
You can't beat a sponsor like that.
No.
No, you're right. I agree with you.
But next time Super Streets run, come by the pits. I know you like up here in the air condition and all that. But
Yeah,
we have air conditioning down there too.
you have a
We're
nice
welcome to
fan.
Get some of that.
but with everything I've gone through the last few weeks, the air conditioning's my buddy.
It had to cool off a little bit before he comes over.
It's been my buddy the last 2 days.
Well,
I know. I seen you post today.
when
Was
you
it
get
today or
when you get
yesterday?
pneumonia in
Today.
hot weather, don't mean that it's not really fun to be in.
It's hot on
I'm
that
curious how
beach.
you got pneumonia in the hot weather.
I'm curious how I got pneumonia to start with. I wasn't really sure. Bilateral pneumonia. I had it in both lungs.
Wow.
And 3 days in the hospital, and so yeah, I had it rough for a little while. And we need to stop talking about that. We need to talk about Sammy racing.
Okay, let's talk about it.
I mean, he's winning all these races
How
out
many he
here.
won?
6 in a row,
Five.
5 in a row.
So the answer is yes.
Yeah, but if people keep saying 6, they're going to speak it into existence, and we're going to be good next week, and
Yeah.
everybody's going to be happy. So keep saying 6. Say 6 as much as you like.
Now, Sammy, do you feel the pressure now that like you got this streak going on, and like next week is like is this the week it's not going to happen?
No.
No.
No, because every year, in every championship that we've won, we always started behind. This year, we started 20 points behind.
Mm.
And so we're used to fighting like that. So, I mean, now, no, there's
Where you at in the points now?
second.
How far back are you?
1. So maybe if we beat that guy, then maybe it'll be a little pressure, but no.
Until then, you're still chasing.
And really, all I'm trying to do is win races. The points will take care of themselves.
Mhm.
If you worry about the points, that's when you start doing dumb stuff.
Right now, we just keep approaching every race the same way.
Now, have you changed anything on the car since that first win this year?
Every single race.
Have you really?
Yeah, every win has cost me $1,000 because every time we come in, we found something else wrong with the car that cost $1,000 to fix.
It's like a break out another 1,000.
Yeah, it's not very equitable. Like my
No,
return on
racing is
investment.
not-
Yeah, my
racing is
return on
not-
investment is not there.
You get in them situations, you look at a car, you look it over, and you think, this is questionable. So when you say questionable, you eliminate the questionable part.
Mhm.
Say fixed. It can be expensive. Is it worth it? In the end, no. For the plastic trophies and to sit down there in victory lane, yeah, it's all worth it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like we had a caliper that was hanging up a little bit. I didn't know which part was causing it, so I replaced all of it. Lines and everything. We replaced everything from the
Oh,
master
man, did
cylinder
you
all the
really?
way to the caliper. Yeah. I don't play around with trying to figure out which part it is. If I replace it all, I'm guaranteed to get the one that's broken.
Yeah. No, that's true. A lot of people don't do that.
Well, that's because people want to know what the problem is. Why? I just want to know I fixed the problem. I don't care what the problem is.
Yeah. Because there's nothing worse than thinking you fixed it and you come out here and you still have the same problem.
I did that racing you.
In the Pro 6. Yeah, Pro 6 car, yeah.
You had the same problem every week.
Yeah.
Or was he the?
And there was a different fix every week, and it didn't fix it. No, that was Doug's car. And now I think it's 39, 9. I can't remember. I think a blue and gray car now. But all it did was miss the whole time I drove it. And he wanted to know what the problem was, so he was replacing a different part every week. And then it ended up the motor itself was what was the problem, because after I got out of it, the guy that got in it after me, it blew up.
Yeah. I think the belt came off of it or something. I remember it been all the valves or something. Yeah.
I was glad to not be in it that race.
yeah.
And that was the first time in that car was the first time I had ever been lapped and still on the racetrack.
I remember some of our conversations afterwards. I was mad about finishing third or something. So it was like, oh, I feel bad for you.
Yeah. Well, Danny
I'm
Harrell
used to
called
running
me.
up front.
Danny Harrell called me, wanted me to print him some T-shirts, and he said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm licking my wounds." He says, "Well, what'd you wreck?" I said, "No, worse. I got lapped."
I didn't mention no names, but somebody door banged him out the way. I kind of laughed at it.
Was it me?
No, worse. Way worse. Way worse.
Well, that was the next person. I think that person does door to everybody.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah. I paid it back, but I wasn't really fast enough to do anything.
You know, it's really cool that the GAITA family. You guys are just a bunch of racers.
Oh yeah. We'll race anything with wheels. I have an uncle that used to race bikes. So
I remember back in my Southampton days when Joe would come to Southampton. You know, that was a big deal. Joe and
go for Steve.
Yeah.
He won the first 5 races they were open.
yeah, and Stevie, and then Rodney Brickhouse.
He's still that guy.
Here we go. This is where you sit back and watch.
My brother-in-law went in there and stole a couple from me.
Who's your brother-in-law?
Joe Lupton.
Yeah, he did win a few.
Yeah, he went in there and stole a couple.
He used to do right good out here too.
We actually went to Southampton one Saturday. We got there, it was pouring down raining. We called county line. They said, yep, we're racing. So we hit 95. We went straight to 95 and run about 80, 85 mile an hour down the county line. And it rained to about 5 miles from the racetrack. And didn't rain or drop at the racetrack all night long.
Okay.
The whole time we're going down there, I said, we ain't just wasting our time.
That's what happens a lot out here.
We got
It's
about
raining all
5
around.
miles from the racetrack. It stopped raining. It didn't rain or drop the whole night.
Dang, it's pretty cool.
There's conspiracy theories about that too. People say NASA controls the weather and all that. That's why. No, it's
that little
something.
track there was like the Bowman Gray of dirt tracks
Oh, really?
back in the early 90s.
Yeah, I went down there a couple times. I remember.
There's a funny story about that place. You ought to have him tell you about some dude named Britches and Tater.
Rich is
You know what I'm talking
Lyles.
about.
Yep.
Rich is Lyles,
And Tater,
Brother Tater.
Yeah.
The first time
Tater's
he told us
son's
that story,
Spud.
we had to laugh for 15 minutes.
Tater's son's name is Spud, and Britch's son is named Skeeter.
So
These are actual names.
Yeah, they sure are. I mean, that's
not nicknames.
No, these are actual names.
That tells you what kind of place this is. Like you go in and hear dueling banjos.
Tater Lyles is like the cool, calm, and collected. Britch's Lyles, they call him the wild child.
So you're Britches.
And let me tell you what, that man there, that boy, well, back in then, he could put on a show.
if I'm not mistaken, Britches Lyles is the guy that climbed the flagpole after the flag.
Yep.
Because I was there that night. He went up the flag on the flag stand after the flagman, and the flagman was kicking him with his foot, trying to put him back down.
First time I went there, they called these guys out to practice. These guys ain't got no window nets. Half of them didn't even have driving uniforms on. There's a
Just like
guy
uniforms.
in the 4-cylinder class. He's going down the straightaway with a cigarette in his mouth. He go down the straightaway, pull it out, put it back in his mouth. He's smoking a cigarette while he's practicing.
And they had one of those guys that used to run up at when they did I don't know if you remember the Chantilly and Brunswick Speedway and all of them. And they
Chantilly, yeah.
and they had a guy that had a big cigar, and that's what a whole race. That's what he does. He smoked a cigar the whole race. I can't think of the guy. They called him the Demon Deacon.
Rhett Bustler used to do it out here.
Who?
Rhett Bustler. When he started driving, Janie Mosley bought a Grand Stock for him to drive. They put an ashtray in the dash. Like a ashtray out of a car, so he could, and under caution, that he'd smoke the whole caution.
They have a cigarette lighter in it.
That's
I don't know if they had a
what I was
lighter, but
Dang, I'm feeling real old tonight thinking me and Robbie Parker done went to some of the same places.
Oh, yeah. I feel old every day, but I get up and do it. Feel old when I wake up. Give me about 30 minutes.
you're not the only one. I'm looking at him thinking, I used to sit there and hear these stories.
When I was his age, I probably wasn't even allowed in the pits. Wasn't
I wasn't.
How old are you now?
17.
17.
Oh, okay, yes,
yeah.
we were.
We were in. When I first started coming to this racetrack, kids weren't allowed in here. You had to sit up in the stand. You weren't allowed.
You had to be 16.
First time I went to Chantilly and Saluda and places like that wouldn't let us in because I was underage.
I was allowed at Salute. I remember going up there
Oh, I snuck in, but
when they used to run the wedge cars. They called them the wedge cars.
Yep.
Did your dad race? Or did he? Okay.
Dirt and asphalt.
Did he? Okay. I
He's got
remember him
pictures of me
racing.
on a big wheel in the pits at Saluda.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just remember
Yeah.
seeing him back in the day with your uncle.
Yeah, his dad, you probably agree with me, like, and no offense to you, but to me, a young kid in the car and his dad hasn't driven, he's the worst spotter in the world. He's trying to tell him how to drive. No offense. No offense. Just from my previous past
This
experience.
is going somewhere. We can explain after this.
Most young kids, their dad can be the worst spotter in the world. His dad, maybe because they're older, but his dad
Has he always spotted for you?
spots for him, and
My first year or two in UCAR, he didn't because Joe was running the Pro Cup series and they were traveling all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So then after that, yeah. But like a spotter driver relationship is like a quarterback receiver relationship. You got to trust your spotter. And when he says turn, I don't look, I just turn. And if you can't do that with your spotter, they shouldn't be spotting for you.
Yeah, no, you 100%.
So, and I've come down on a couple people because of it. But that's in the past.
Yeah. Now, did you ever have an issue for him spotting with you or for you? Did y'all ever get into it? Because most of the time that doesn't work.
He's been different the last couple of years. He's calmed down a lot.
Yeah, well, I
But
can
used to
tell
be,
that,
if he thought I wasn't listening to him, he would like yell into the radio. And like, what are you doing running way up there? I'm like, that's where the grip's at. And no, it's on the bottom. I'm like, okay, I'll get back on the bottom.
Actually, because didn't he help Wayne for a while when Wayne was running late models? Yeah, that's what I remember.
Yeah. Up until, let's see, I think it was a year after my brother had his small foray into driving, which was 2014. So I think he stopped with them in 2015.
With Wayne?
Yeah.
This was way before that. There was a funny story. I remember we were running late models when Wayne first took the racetrack over a little bit before they started impounding the tires.
Mhm.
I don't know who your dad was helping, but Wayne was getting
My cousin at that time, actually.
Well, Wayne was complaining about people soaking their tires, and your dad was like, "Well, you remember when I used to roll the wheel and you'd have the roller or something?" Like just walked away.
You can't argue with
Right,
that.
right.
Oh,
I'm gonna soak a tire.
his dad's got some stories now. I'll tell you what. He comes to the trailer, he starts talking them stories. Well, I'm like,
And there's some really good ones, and then there's some.
his dad said he used
What
to
were
work
you
the
thinking
go-kart
was-
track out front.
Oh, really?
Go-kart
Yeah, that was
track
his first job.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he used to take money and put the kids on. I said, you probably took money from me then, because I used to go out there and ride them.
I think he said it was for pulling the strings to start the go-karts, and I think he said it was a quarter per string that he got paid.
Oh, really? That's how they got paid?
Mhm.
Huh, that's interesting. It wasn't by the hours, by the time you touch it. Like, that one was hard to start. I got 4
Yeah.
in that one.
Yeah, I don't think he did it too long, because after that, then he decided that body work was going to be his career path, and he stayed doing that until I think he retired 2 years ago. So, and now he's making more money retired than he was working. I hope to get there one day.
Tommy Sweeney says, old as beans.
Old as beans. Tommy's catching up with us. You're catching up with us, Tommy.
He ain't but about 5 years younger than me.
Hanging out at Jelly Roll concert. Come on, man. It's all right. His music's good. I wouldn't have went through all the traffic to go see it. No. I bet there's more traffic than I had to fight getting
I
over
can't
here.
believe you outed him like that.
Huh?
I said, I can't believe you outed him like
Oh,
that.
I gotta mess with Tommy, man. Tommy's my buddy.
Alex.
Who don't you mess with?
Oh, he's over there laughing about it. You can guarantee
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Who don't I mess with? I mess with everybody.
I can tell.
Look, when all that stuff was going down with Jackson and who was it? What's it called? Whatever. When they were about to fight over here.
Oh, Ricky
When
Derrick?
yeah. Next thing I turn around. Next thing I see Tommy. I was like, oh shit, it's about to go down. Sweeney's here.
It Well, I figure if he can laugh at Jordan with that sombrero, he can probably laugh at you
Yeah.
out there about the Jelly Roll concert.
Jordan and
Tommy
Danny.
says Scott can't read.
Oh.
I saw that.
He's got his glasses
Old
on,
man.
huh? Maybe he
Old-
needs new glasses.
Old has-beens. Has-beens.
Oh, has-beens. Oh,
Anyway, he's talking shit.
Hey,
oh.
hey, you might can't read, but he don't know what the heck he's writing because that's not what it says.
Old has-beens.
I guess that's what he means.
Okay.
Rodney Davis.
No, it says has beans. So
Well, I thought he was talking about himself because I know he's Mexican, right?
Yeah. That's why it says beans. Tommy, come on, man.
autocorrect.
Is it refried beans or pinto beans? You tell me, Tommy. Come on,
You know he's
man.
cooking something over there. Right?
Yeah, he's cooking some beans right now.
Rice and beans, tacos.
Well, guys, I appreciate
Poor
you coming,
Reba.
even him.
Oh, come on, man. You love me and you know it, man. Why
We don't mind being here. This has been fun.
I've enjoyed it too.
I mean, you know,
Biggest part of it.
I could have been a fill-in guest, fill-in host.
Host, hold on, calm down.
Oh, wait, ain't Tuesday night's car working night?
Yeah.
We took off to come here.
Yeah, we took
So
off.
we sacrificed time on my car for the likes of y'all.
Well, I mean, you can do that if you win.
I was kind of hoping to wait.
No, you can't. You
So
can't.
later in
You
the
have to
month,
keep working.
but-
See, when you get complacent, you start losing.
Well, now I was told, you help him, and I said, I was told, if you get Sammy, you gotta bring
You gotta have me.
Robbie
man.
in there too.
You
So,
gotta have me.
and I don't know, it was a weak moment.
But it's been fun
We
for everybody
can-
but you, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Your finger was probably shaking when you were trying to hit that send button. wasn't it? You were like,
Yeah, I was a
DTs.
little worried about it too.
Did you do that while you were in the hospital?
No.
Were you under
no,
medication?
I think he just got out. He just got out. Maybe he's still on
The morphine had him feeling real good.
Anyway, it was a real weak moment.
He let me and Scott Hope do the show one night. Me and Scott did. I think we did an awesome job.
I don't doubt that.
Was it? That was more than 1 week, wasn't it? Didn't you?
No,
you
did it.
It was 3 weeks.
No, me and him did it one time.
No, you and him. I was 3 weeks. I was gone.
Yeah, somebody
I
else.
thought you helped me 3 weeks.
No, I
No,
did it
Justin
2
Kern
weeks.
came in here and helped you.
Yeah, I did it that one time.
Yeah.
He must have helped you set up that thing when you was having trouble.
Yeah.
No, okay, Scott knows how to hook
No, I'm
that.
talking about Justin.
Oh.
Scott can hook that stuff up.
Mhm.
He hooks that up faster than he gets in his race car. I can tell you that.
Because he's too busy with the hammock.
Yeah.
I just got my nap.
You got to go in there and wake him up to get him out of the hammock to go to the race car.
Yeah, well, he won't in there. I tell my love you, nobody did.
All right, well, that's our show for tonight. Man, I really appreciate Aiden and Heather and
Remember all
Jody
your
for being here
sponsors?
tonight. Really great to be a part of that. And that'd be,
Kind of shrink down all the way after that, right?
well, after y'all got off, I don't know what happened. The show just went to hell after that. Anyway,
Can you remember all your sponsors?
Me?
Do you remember them all?
I do.
Oh,
kind
you
of.
got a list?
You got a list?
Yeah, let me pull it
Just
up.
think about your car in your head.
Well, it's funny because every time I'm down there, that's what I say. I got to turn around and look at the car. And you know what? We've won 5 times, and every time I have missed at least one person. So I have to keep winning because eventually I got to get them all.
There you go.
you need to turn to him and tell him, give me your phone. Give
No,
the
no,
phone.
I got them. It's First Response Marine Towing, Guardian Automotive, Heart for Orphans, Paquette Power Solutions, My Neighbor's Pub, The Point Barbecue, Amsoil, East Coast Synthetics, Full Throttle Lawn Care,
So
Marty
look at the
Strickland
back of
Racing
your
Engines,
shirts.
McCarty Transmission. It is on the back of the shirt. Yes, it is. Lee's Performance
See?
That's what Chris
and
said.
Rogers Heating and Air.
See?
Wait, your neighbors have a pub?
Yes. Yeah. It's called My Neighbor's Pub. It's in
My
Denver.
neighbor's pub.
You're too young.
You go in there and have a club sandwich and a soda.
I didn't know
You have to go
had a-
before 9.
Here.
I didn't know your neighbor had a pub called My Neighbor's Pub.
Yep.
Taylor
Yeah,
said
dude.
you always forget her.
I'm sorry?
Taylor said you always forget her.
She didn't give me a decal, so it's not on the card. So I have not forgot it.
Oh,
But
thank
yes,
you.
her too.
Thank you. Now I got to hear that.
So her too. That her and David have
That's all right.
a business where they're making.
In 2 weeks, when she starts complaining to me, I'm going to say, you get in your truck and you drive a mile down the road to his house and you tell him you sell.
But they have.
Tumblers.
I made you 100. You can give me one of them back. Anyway, they have a business where they're making cups and water bottles and all that. It's called T&D Designs.
And frontline vapes.
Yeah, yeah, we can say them too. But I wasn't, in present company. He's too young for that. So
But what all do you do? I mean,
I do a lot.
I mean,
I have a vape
right.
shop, and then I have a print shop. I do T-shirts, wraps,
Banners.
decals. I can do it all. Embroidery.
You won't have to wait for shipping or drive. Just go a
it'll
couple
be
miles
ready
up
when
the
you say
road.
it's ready.
Just go a couple
Always.
miles up the road.
I've been printing now about 15 years, and I think I've missed 3 deadlines in the whole time.
Deserve.
Well, these shirts right here, they've been coming to me since first of the year. We just got them this week.
I haven't got no Jack
Well,
Dodson.
see, if you would have
apparel.
called me, you could have called me this week and had them.
Well, see, the thing about it is,
Nothing against them people. I mean, I'm sure they got a lot going
the
on.
thing is, I didn't know you did it.
You ain't got a
We
sticker?
don't even have a sticker.
Really? I got Frontline Motorsports, which is us. I've got Edwards Motorsports stuff. Jacob Derrick Racing stuff. Even Rodney Davis stuff. Nothing Jack Dodson. So
We want
who-
Jack
who hate-
Dodson.
who's hating on who here?
Sounds like you,
You
Robbie.
think, hey, here's a sticker, I appreciate you.
Let's see Christina, she can get you one.
A hat,
Huh?
Let's see
t-shirt,
Christina, she can get you one.
extra large, fat guy.
Well, I tell you what, you gonna be here when y'all race this weekend?
26.
No, we rest 26.
26. Okay.
Might have a surprise for you in September.
Well, I won't be here.
You'll
I won't
around
be here.
Sep-
I won't be here this week.
But you'll be here September 2nd, right?
Probably.
You need to come around that day.
Okay. You might have a
That'd be a
surprise for
fun
you
day.
September 2nd.
I don't like that. I don't like that sound.
Jack, where are you gonna be?
Next week, I'm going to be at Southampton Motor Speedway next Saturday.
This Saturday.
This Saturday.
This Saturday,
coming
this coming Saturday, coming up. I'll be.
26 is the
working.
next one.
Oh well, I'll probably be here then.
I have to work.
What Saturday?
Next weekend?
Yeah.
Damn, how you gonna do it?
How am I gonna do what?
If he's working, you're racing.
We don't run this week.
We
Oh, I
don't,
thought
we don't run
you
till the
said
end of
next
the
week.
month. No,
Oh, okay.
You gotta work, huh?
Matter of fact, the last time we were out here, he had to work, and we
yeah, I
did just
worked half
fine.
a day and then left and come here.
See that thing in your hand? He got one of them too.
And then
That's how we make it happen.
Yeah.
Car's tight. What do you want to do?
Last year I was in Hopewell, staying in a hotel, and so I'm in a hotel,
I think I remember.
and I'm getting
Not the
texts and
Cars Tour
pictures.
race?
I'm getting texts and pictures of scale numbers and stuff during the week, and I'm like, okay, let's do this, let's try this, let's go with that. Then I would work up there till 3:00, come down here, race, and as soon as we were done, I'd go back up there.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't realize how much work it does take. People think when you're winning all the time that you're just sitting on your hands, right?
If you add all the people together that work on a car and by hours, in each race that we have, there's about 100 hours in work.
There's always something to do. Always.
For sure.
Yeah, because we have 10 people, and of course we got 2 cars, so there is that. But there's 10 people, and we do it twice a week at least. It just depends on, like, when we have to run races back to back, then it's more than
A little more
twice a
hectic.
week. But
Mhm.
we try to keep it to twice a week, so everybody's got family time and all
Right.
that kind of stuff. And because years back, when you were running every week, you had to work on the car every day, and get divorced over that. And after a couple generations, you say maybe this probably isn't the right way to do things.
But it's funny when we did race every week, it seemed like we had more time. Like now, it just seems like today's time,
Oh yeah.
you just don't have
It
enough
just
time
knows.
anymore.
Well, that's not you that's changed. That's the world that's changed.
Yeah.
Because everything you're used to getting everything right now.
Yeah, well, yes.
And when you have to work for it, there's no patience anymore.
I can remember racing Saturday night and be working out in the garage Sunday working on the car.
Yeah.
Just to see if you had to order anything Monday.
I
So
keep
you
all
make
the
sure you
women
have it by the
involved.
Yeah, so you'd be Monday morning, you'd be on the phone.
I keep all the women involved and all that. They all sit in the house and do their clock in thing that women do. And
He said it, not me.
I was gonna say, see what?
He's
like
throwing
DJ talking about
sand.
this old lady, right?
He's throwing sand. That's an inside joke. He's throwing sand.
well, but they all do that, and we go outside and Every now and then there's an argument, and they come out and say, "What's going on?"
We get talking loud, and they come in there. What y'all arguing about? We're not arguing.
This is conversation.
Except for the other night where the sand joke came from.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
What's the deal with the sand?
Well, me and one of the guys got into a little argument, and well, he got into an argument. I didn't argue quite as much as he thought I was. I don't guess.
Brenda's laughing here.
And
I sit back and grin.
so I can't say what I need to say because of that camera. So I'll tell you off that camera because I can't say where the sand came from.
Okay. We'll get the story.
But we don't argue at the racetrack. If we do, it's in the shop. We don't do it at the racetrack. It's have fun, relax, have fun. But when it's time to go on the track, we're dead serious. And that's me. That's how, believe it or not, I've changed. I haven't. I've changed.
Well, I really have to say you haven't. You haven't been thrown out in the
I
last
haven't
couple of
been.
years.
No, I haven't really. I did kind of show myself at the car store race, I think, last year. I was kind of had a discussion with the race director, and I had to just let him know.
What about that Labor Day race?
That was
He punched somebody in the
5
helmet.
years ago, man. Let that go.
He punched somebody in the helmet.
That's what they're claiming. I don't. They say there was a video.
I thought you'd be smarter than
They
that.
say there was a video. But I don't.
See, I got my own trains to ride on.
But no, it's have fun, enjoy yourself. But when it's time for the race car to go on the racetrack, I'm dead serious.
Now, there's one thing I do know that about you. You are serious about racing, and when something happens, he's the most excitable person, right?
Yeah.
And it's not because it's passion, right?
Yeah, it's passion. If you notice, I'm not gonna let nobody get to him.
No.
You notice that you saw it this year.
Mm-hmm.
If two drivers want to talk it out, and that's how I live. If he gets into somebody on the racetrack, let them talk it out. I'm not going to go to their team or their pit.
Yeah, that turned out a lot better than I thought it was.
Yeah, I'm not going to go to their pit. If they
Way
come
better than I thought it was going to turn out.
It's actually been a pretty good combination once I learned to be quiet.
If they come to my pit, then I'm going to stand up for my guys.
Oh yeah.
But I'm going to let them settle it, and then if need be, then I'll get in it.
Yeah, no, you definitely do. You're very supportive. I mean, even I think the last race, remember when you spotted for me in the last race and we made a half a lap and Dickhead drove us right to slam in the wall and tore the whole car. He was madder than anybody on the team.
Yeah.
and Robert, he's just filling in, right? He's just helping me.
Yeah. I didn't see the man get his car tore up like that.
Yeah, I mean, literally, we cut it up in pieces. It was that bad.
I mean, it was.
We got dumped a couple times last year. He wasn't real happy.
I wasn't happy. I might have said a few things on the radio. He didn't listen to me. Probably for the better.
It was for the better because we don't out here going to jail.
Yeah, he probably said it.
Wait, that's a good. Well, Sammy, does he ever come over to radio like you need to rough him up or?
No.
Not like that.
Talk.
Not like that. My dad did one time, and I said, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to pass him, and pass him. We did, and we ended up coming from the back, and I think finished in second. And so after it was over, my dad was like, I'm glad you didn't, And there was one time that I even told Shane, I said, if I come out here, it's to wreck somebody. And I felt like I was done wrong at that
3 or
time.
4 years ago?
It was. Yeah. It was. And me and that guy have since talked and everything is fine. But at that time, of course, you're mad because you just had to clip a car and a lot of money. And
I think we've all been there.
well, me and him kind of agreed to disagree on what happened.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
But we talk now and we're fine. And I mean, I don't know that I root for him, but I don't not root for him either.
Yeah.
I root for a good race in that division. And,
Well, I'm kind of like that over Robbie.
come to an understanding.
Yeah.
You know what? I bet now one thing else we got in common. I bet me and you both like Jimmy Spencer, didn't we?
Jimmy Spencer's cool.
Didn't you like Jimmy Spencer when he raced?
Not really.
You did.
I would have thought he'd have said yes.
I
would
love
have-
Jimmy Spencer. I was an Earnhardt fan, but I love Jimmy Spencer.
I wasn't Jimmy Spencer.
And you know what really made me a Jimmy Spencer fan was the day he got out and said, Jimmy Spencer never forgets.
Did he? What did he say? I don't remember that.
I remember something about that.
I'm old, I come old school. I hate to get away from traditions and stuff.
He's a pretty good announcer too.
Yeah. Well, he calls it out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I like that part of him.
And that's what I like is people that are straightforward.
All right, well, that's our show for tonight. We're gonna finally get rid of Robbie and send him home.
That's my buddy here.
Why'd you kiss him?
Buddies don't kiss.
That's right.
I'm just wondering. It was,
If he'd have won the night I spotted for him, I might have kissed him.
Yeah.
God,
They'd have been all right too.
Am I safe to keep?
We'll see.
You done won 5 times. He ain't kissed you yet. I don't think you can get one.
No.
Wait, I thought it was 6. No, 6.
6. Yes.
Yeah, we're going
You
to
keep
talk
saying
about
6.
We gotta keep
It's really
saying
been 5, but you keep saying 6.
Oh, okay.
Speaking into existence.
Okay.
If he wins 4 more, you might not want to watch Victory Lane. Ain't no telling what I'll do.
Well, let me tell you something. I'm gonna start telling everybody watch Victory Lane. If Sammy wins the race, we may see something down there.
Well, if I win that many in a row, I'm going to take a real long victory lap. Let him calm down before I get there.
I might need TikTok with it.
Night, Shane. You can go ahead and go to bed now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, all right. We'll see you all again next Tuesday night.
Who's gonna be on the show?
I got some people lined up, so I hadn't got a definite answer yet.
Not us.
3 more years.
I might have to invite Sammy back because we never talked a lot. And Sammy,
You owe him something?
oh yeah,
Where's he
you
on
said
me?
something.
Damn. That's a good thing. See, that's why you're
That's why I'm here. That's why I'm a crew chief, man.
No, it's because you were talking so daggone much.
I look out for my driver.
What does he owe me? Oh, well,
You
thank
were
you.
driver of the week a couple weeks ago.
Okay. Well, that's pretty
So
cool.
you
Thank you.
So,
How did him and Bill Eaker win the same week?
And why are you using a picture
there
from
was a-
2013?
because that's the only one I could find.
How did him and Bill?
Website?
You posted him and Bill in the same week.
I don't know what happened there, but
Oh, okay.
Well, I had people calling me about that, and I was like, Bill was a much better candidate than me, so I don't know.
Bill won this week. You won a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay. It just
Well-
got reposted. somehow.
I don't know how it got reposted, but anyway.
I'll take that.
What he did was very worthy of it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool.
That's
that
who
was
that's who I hope I have back on here next week. Just get him on here next week.
That was a good race.
So, all right, we'll see you all again next week. No Robert Park.
I'm sorry.